watching the other administrators walk in, they're ready to go.
notice of this meeting has been posted online for at least 72 hours. 1, although members of the board are not gathered in a central physical location, we do have the quorum in attendance at this meeting by video conference or by telephone call. Number 2, we are meeting to use Zoom software applications, which allows two-way communication for members of the public. As we would at any, number 3, as we would in any in-person meeting, members of the public who have followed the instructions on the meeting notice or register to speak during the public comment portion of this unmuted or will be unmuted for 3 minutes to speak. Number 4, all other meeting procedures will adhere to board adopted procedures to the extent practical. Number 5, an audio recording of this meeting is being made and will be available to the public at a later date. 6, we apologize in advance for any unforeseeable difficulties and ask for your patience as we navigate unprecedented conditions. And number 7, if you have any questions about the suspended laws, please call the office of the Attorney General's at 888-672-6787 or by email at toma@oag.texas.gov. All right, the agenda, due to the health and safety concerns, and being at this meeting is being by video conference, I call number 2, comments from the public. Citizens at this time, I see that no one has registered to speak. So we'll jump into number 3, discussion items. A, discussion on Census 2020 participation and impact. Doctor?
Well, we're already here. The staff is ready to assist in any way. We can open the technology building. We offer assistance and open policy to anyone that wants to come in and register.
Doc, is there any way we can use staff to phone back? I mean, is that something that's possible for, I mean, is that something we can do?
We can do that if I get a list of anyone that has not done the census. If I can have some assistance from someone.
John, is there anything, the city, do you have anything available for the school to use?
Well, we don't have a list of people who have already signed up for the census, so it would be like a mass call, so everybody would have to get called. And we could send our library staff to help all those that are calling, because they've been doing it for 2 weeks now and they've had some success. We have the metrics as far as the census goes, what we can and can't do, so we can definitely help in that sense. But it's very important that we get as many people signed up for the census as possible. I mean, we're talking about funding for the next 10 years.
Hey, Jack, maybe put some signs up, you know, that how they did it for the lunch. Maybe just start plastering the city with some signs for about census registration.
You know, Doc, I also, you know, in being a parent of elementary students, I know these teachers are utilizing that class dojo like there was no tomorrow. I mean, I'm getting it every single day, multiple times a day. Is there any way we can get the principals involved to get the teachers to send out through class dojo a reminder to some of these parents to fill out their census?
Doc, is there any way we could give them credit for filling out their census, make it an assignment, and you know they get a grade for it? We really need to think outside the box right now.
We can do that. We can also send a letter out. Or to pick up their lunch, telling them that it's how important it is to fill the form out. We can do all of that.
Yeah, that'd be great. I know the city is putting a lot of resources. The city also is putting a lot of resources. I, for one, know that personally, my dad was assisted over the phone by a library representative on how to fill out the census. He was just appreciative that they actually did that. So we can have some staff available at that point to help as well. That'd be great, but we really need to get on top of this.
I think the important thing here is if I could get a list from someone of who has not registered, who has not been counted, we can assist that way from our district.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a list of people that haven't been counted, but what we could do is just, I mean, every community aide or every secretary at every school could start making their phone calls and start calling their parents and kind of, you know, help them and walk them through what needs to get done. And again, I could definitely have my library staff help in that.
What we can do again is every day the principals call about the homework assistance. So as they call, they can add that also if they've been counted. We can do that on a daily measure.
Yeah, pero te digo that class dojo, I think, is a route to go because, like I said, everybody has a cell phone, and that's where you get these messages from. And like I said, they get bombarded every single day. They're sending us messages multiple times a day, and I think that'd be a good avenue to use to get the awareness out.
Well, I've seen a lot of kids participating in these in editing videos and submitting those in. So, and they're all doing it for a grade. So if we make it a grade and maybe even do it like a tutorial on how to fill out your census and screenshot it and you know, kind of get them involved in that sense, I think we get a lot more participation that way too.
We can also open up the technology building during the day and just announce it that we're here available to help people fill out the census.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
And Doc, maybe do obviously the social distancing be important where we maybe mark some areas out and make it comfortable for people, maybe have an area with tents or something with enough space so that if people do come by, they feel that we're following the COVID, procedures.
Guidelines.
Even if it means offering some refreshments or something, Doc, just something to get kids and their families to come in.
We can do all of that. But again, if somehow someone could help me to give me a list of EdCouch jobs, anyone here that it's not been counted.
You know what we can do that for sure. I mean, is we can get you a list of registered voters with their phone numbers. That's for sure. I mean, that's one group that we can hit, and registered voters in our district and our precincts. I think that'd be easy to do.
We can do that. I can use that. Yes.
Perfect.
We have to be able to measure the improvement, Doc. I think we were what, John, at 5% for the area?
Elsa's at 9.5. I think EdCouch shot up to 7.6, and La Villa's lagging a little bit behind, like at 6 something. But we're making strides. Unfortunately, we still lag as far as the valley goes. I know Edinburgh's up into 30%, and some of the bigger cities too. So, you know what? We get overlooked quite a bit. So it's extremely important that we get counted this year.
Is there a deadline that people need to be made aware of?
Yeah, and then push it back to Ms. Rocha, October 5th. I think you're muted, Mom. Yeah, Ms. Rocha, you're muted.
Ms. Rocha.
Can you hear me now?
There you go. Yes.
Yes. I believe it was moved either to October the 5th or October the 15th because they moved it from the July because of everything that's going. We do have, Dr. Vera, we do have some flyers that we can send home that Dr. Vera was talking with the letters. There's some information that we can send out with the students, like Dr. Vera said, along with the letter. Did you?
Yeah, and Doc, when a child registers at school, don't we garnish their contact information, and wouldn't that be the easiest way to contact them?
Yes.
So what I'm saying is, if we have staff at home that could be making phone calls, I mean, definitely, I think we should be utilizing them.
Maybe look at offering some kind of incentive for those that register the most families.
There's certain parameters you have to adhere by, though, Nano. So there's certain guidelines and stuff. But
the other thing we got to be very sensitive is that we have to make sure that each family understands that not every family will speak perfect English or understand the English versions. They have to understand that it is in Spanish as well.
And it's easy. When I did mine, I went online and it took me 7 minutes.
Yeah.
I timed myself, and that's kind of the average here at work. When everybody's done theirs, it's been about 7 minutes.
And I think that's the message we got to get out also, John, is that it's a 7 minute, and people might have their perception that it's a bunch of paperwork.
It's really not. So 7 minutes, and those 7 minutes will impact the next 10 years. So it's huge. I mean, it's a small investment that'll reap benefits for a decade.
And I think the message has to be that it's 7 minutes only, it's not an hour.
Hey, I have a quick question, and it might be a stupid question, but I filled out my census online. That's for correct, so my wife doesn't have to do it too. Is that correct?
No, that's for your household. That's for your address. And one of the obstacles that we face here in the Delta is that they send out packets to physical addresses, and the majority of the people here get their mail via PO box, and they're not doing that.
Yeah.
Yep. That's correct, right, Ms. Rocha?
Yes, that's correct. And we don't have, even though you might have a physical address, like I have one, they won't deliver it because we don't have a mailman or mail delivery. So we don't get that. You have to go online or so that you can get this information. And there is a blank questionnaire. The survey is in English and Spanish, that we do have it available that we can, go.
But it is so easy to call or to go online. I mean, honestly, 7 minutes and you're done. That's what we need to push.
Yeah, and I think there's some confusion also, John, where I know that when I did ours, it said here that you were issued a user ID at your door.
You don't even need it.
Yeah, but I think people might think, well, I haven't gotten it yet, I gotta wait. I think they need to understand that part of it as well.
Yeah, you don't need that ID number. When I did it, I didn't have it, and I just put in my address and my name, and it popped up.
Yeah, but I think once that might be the first question, people might feel, well, I gotta wait. I think we gotta get the information out there that they can go online and do it.
Beginning tomorrow, we'll have that flyer out as the parents pick up their lunch. Flyer tomorrow. We'll work on this tonight and have this ready by tomorrow.
I think the important part, Doctor, is gonna make sure people understand the impact to the area if it's not done. If this is not done, it's gonna cost us, it could be tens if not millions of dollars in the future.
So what was the status on the teachers that are teachers aid or staff that's at home? Are we gonna be able to utilize them or not?
Well, I think today the governor put out that stay-home order, that now he's going to open up the businesses. So I'm waiting for something to come out as to what we'll do with the schools. Right now, there's nothing come out.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, Doc, everybody's getting compensated, right? Everybody should be participating in some kind of work activity. This could be just, you know what? If you're a secretary, if you're a TA or whatever, start, give them a list, start making phone calls.
Yes, sir. Everyone's on call from 8 to 4 daily, so we can do that. But
They can work from home. That's not a problem. I don't see nothing wrong with that.
Doc, nothing in the current orders from the governor should impact your ability to give them any directive like that.
Okay, but the order was, can we bring, this is the question, can we bring our staff back on Monday of next week in a limited amount? I think the governor said, 25% capacity?
Yeah, that's for retail spots. I think that would be a different question. I think what I'm hearing is just the ability to maybe the folks that are at home kind of give them a directive like, hey, call these kids or whatever it is, call these homes and let them know this information, which I think they can do from home, which should be okay.
Yes. They're doing that right now, but we need to find out to see if this order applies to our staff coming back of next week and limit the numbers.
What about
the way I heard it is it's retail, like Rico said.
Yeah,
I don't know if he's going to release something when it comes to schools.
Well, I'm not necessarily for bringing people back to the schools, but if they can have a directive and give them a list, and that's right now teachers are doing they're doing their job. Teachers assistants, secretaries, clerks. I'm sure they're given some sort of work, but I don't think it's that much to where they can just get a list of 25 people each, make a phone call, and check them off. Once you take them off, make sure that they're registered. I mean, they're at home already. They're getting paid. At least they could do the school a favor to get everybody counted from their household, from their campus, or wherever they need to. I mean, they're at home. You can do it from home. We're not asking for much. We're not asking for you to come in. You're getting paid.
I agree, and they're calling every single day. So as they call to check on the students, they can also call on the census. We can just add that to the phone call. We can do that.
And I'm curious, Doc. I know the teachers are doing, they're doing their lessons. They're calling parents. They're having Zoom with the kids. But the teachers, the teacher aides, and the secretaries and the clerks, what's their role right now?
Same thing. They're assisting with the package, and they're also making telephone calls.
Hey, Doug, we need to be careful on who we give this duty to, because right now, remember, we still have teachers teaching all the way to the 29th of May. So, they have to be on call with any phone calls from either a parent or from students. So this would be more for someone who does not have a student roster, maybe that type of deal.
Well, I think you came in a little late, but what we were talking about earlier is we can make it an assignment for one of the children, or for the children, and they could get a grade for it. I know that was approved. I know we called the census and they said that was fine, because they're trying to get engagement, community engagement. So this would be a great way for, a teacher maybe make a lesson on how to fill out the census, and then, have the children go talk to their parents, and then they fill it out and they show confirmation of it and they get a grade for it.
Okay, well, if we can do that, put it in through the curriculum as a lesson, then that could be, our way of also getting it through, because it's hard to pile else on top they've already got responsibility for. So you'll get some problems with that. But sounds like a good idea. All right, I came in late, so.
Can we do that, Doug? Can we, like JJ said, do it as an assignment? Maybe extra credit or something?
Let me meet with the principals and see what we can come up with. I think it's a good idea.
We need to get creative, Doc. And I'm sure your administration can get it creative and make sure that we push this through. I don't want any roadblocks. I've seen the numbers, and we're dead last in Hidalgo. And 10 years ago, I was the mayor, and we had the census, and it didn't work out too well for EdCouch. And now that I know how important the census is, 10 years later, I know that we need to push it, and we need to do everything that we can to push it. We're at what, 5%, JJ?
Negative. Elsa's at 9.5. EdCouch is at 7.8, and La Villa is like at 6.4. They're making strides still.
That's better.
Still rolling towards the end of Hidalgo County, though. We're still lagging.
So when is the deadline? When is the official deadline for this?
Ms. Rocha, I don't know if it was October 15th or October 5th. They pushed it back.
Yes, they gave us more time because of the virus that we're having.
So it's October. I just not so sure as to when.
It's good for the 15th.
But really, we should be pushing to try to get a response rate of maybe 65 to 70%. That's our goal. That should be our goal. And that puts us ahead of everybody else in Hidalgo and ahead of anybody in the state of Texas.
And then if you look at it, if we show a population growth, then it shows that more businesses can come into the area, more families can come in, more real estate,
infrastructure money, drainage monies. So much.
It's all positive. So we need to be creative, and we need to get these numbers in. It's all positive.
The thing is, it's such an easy process. Honestly, it doesn't take any time at all. And that's it. You're done. You're counted, and you move on with your life. 7 minutes of your time was going to impact a whole decade. And it's just, it blows my mind that our response rate is so low already.
All right. Any other questions for the doctor, or any other ideas to be shared on the census?
Can we get an update, Doc, maybe early next week as to some of the measures that we're taking to improve our census response rate?
Yes, I can do that. And again, first thing tomorrow, we're going to have that flyer and then the phone calls. So we've got a plan. Mr. Riojas and I will take care of this.
Hey, JJ, I saw how Elsa, they're giving out those masks for completed. We need to do something like that. Entice even our teachers, if we can do some type of, if they can do families, or, everybody, whatever we can do, just get something as a little treat, little carrot. We can get this done
There's so much we can do, Chris. It's just it's not being done. And that's my frustration. I see other schools what they're doing, and it's just we could just be doing so much more.
Well, we just need to.
Not too late though, guys. I mean, we got an extension, and we can really make an impact. We can really pick up our response rate. I'm telling you, we get to 65, 70%. I mean, that's a huge accomplishment for us. Huge feather in our hats. Right, Rico?
Be great. Getting counted?
What were the counts 10 years ago?
And maybe not.
Oh,
No,
Just
Ed
we
counts
did not
numbers
hit
have to
double
go
digits,
down.
I don't think.
maybe this is, look at maybe purchasing some small hand sanitizers, Doc, and once the kids turn in their assignments, they get their grade plus a little hand sanitizer, something for their family. or
Something. It's as simple as that. Just something. Something. I like that.
So,
It's a good idea. We'll do it.
all
I
right.
guess we move on. I wanted to talk about the infrastructure that JJ you were talking about the other day.
All right, so no more items on number 3. We're gonna go into number 4 then. This is closed session. The superintendent requests that the Board of Trustees convene in closed meetings as authorized by the provisions of the Open Meetings Act, Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code. This executive session is in accordance with the Texas Government Code 551.074 for the purpose of discussing personnel, considering appointment, employment, resignation, retirement, evaluation, reassignment, and discipline. B, consultation with legal about pending contemplated litigations or settlement offers. It is now 6:23 p.m. We're in executive session. We will now jump to the executive Zoom meeting. Item number 6. Okay, it is now 7:21. We are back from executive. 6 is adjournment. So move.
Second.
Motion been made and motion in second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you, guys.
All right, y'all safe.
So moved.
Bye.